So if you're interested in these microphones, I would definitely stick around to this part of the video. This is a realistic test of something that I would actually use these microphones for in an everyday shoot. So once you order the microphones, this is the really nice and sleek box that it comes inside. And once you open this guy up, you're going to be greeted with some different documents. We actually get the microphone case itself. This is pretty nice. Opening that right up, we get the actual case itself. So, okay, this is very interesting. So it's a case within a case. That's pretty nice. So this case houses the charging case with the mics inside, which we will open in just a second. Then you get this flap that separates everything. You get these 4 cables. You get the actual aux cable, which connects the microphone to your camera. Then you get a cable that connects to an iPhone from USB-C to Lightning. Then you also get another USB-C to USB-C cable, then a USB-C to the old generic, I don't know, charging cable. I'm sure this is to charge the actual case itself. Also within the carrying case, you get these windscreen covers that help to protect the mics from wind noise whenever you're recording outside. So this case feels nice in the hands, very, very nice. So within the case, you get the microphones themselves. On the side, you get the camera connection, you get the on and off and locking switch. And on the back, you get this connector, which I'm sure is to charge the receiver within their wireless charging case. And on the side, you get a headphone and a USB-C. So, and on the front, you get this dial, which sounds very, very nice. Okay, and then that guy goes right in there just like that. And you can see that it's coming on now. And on each side, we actually get the microphones themselves. And so they have a magnetic connector on the back, which is pretty dang cool. On the top, you actually have the mic itself. On the side, you have an option to include like a lavalier attachment or something like that. On the bottom, you get those USB-C ports. You also get the wireless charging connectors, which is obviously nice. And on the side, you get the record button because these do record internally. And in the hand, these actually feel pretty premium. Like they don't feel cheap at all. They feel very, very good within the hand. These are some pretty nice microphones, honestly. I really like the design of this case. It's super easy to close this guy up and then just easily throw it within my backpack and I'm ready to go. Now, listed as one of the headline features of this product, they talked about how you can use it with your smartphone to get basically like an easy setup for TikTok, YouTube, whatever, whenever you're using your smartphone. So today I have plugged in the receiver to my actual device so that we can test this out, see how it sounds, see if it's good or bad. Right now you're listening to the onboard audio coming directly to the iPhone from the receiver. All I had to do was plug in a lightning cable to USB-C and it connected perfectly, no issues there. And now I'm also recording on the actual mic itself so that you guys can hear how that sounds. And that's useful in case, I don't know, maybe you're too far away or you get some type of interference. You're able to have that backup recording and know that you're good to go, whether you're super far away or whether you're really close up to the camera in the receiver and you know you're getting audio. So I don't know how it sounds. It's pretty windy out here today. There's a lot of different noises, so I am curious about how the audio sounds coming directly through. And look, like I said, it was pretty easy to set up. So what do you guys think? Now, another one of the highlighted features about these microphones is that they have noise cancellation built in. So right now, I have turned up my air purifier all the way up, and if I get quiet, you should be able to hear that that is quite loud. So there are basically 2 different ways you can activate it. There is a button right on the side of the microphone that you can press. It has a linking connection and then it also has like some audio waves. If you press that button, then it's gonna activate the noise cancellation. Now another way is by using the receiver. If you click the circle on the front of the receiver, you're gonna see that it says mic 1 and you can also turn it on right there. So now we have it turned on. Do you guys hear a difference yet? I'm gonna get quiet so that you guys can hear it again. So this is with the noise cancellation turned on, and this is with the noise cancellation turned off. Now also built into this mic are different profiles that you can choose for EQ. So if you click the menu button once and you scroll over, you're going to see something that says EQ. So if you tap that, you can see these different EQ settings we have. So for the entire video so far, I've been recording on hi-fi. They said that they recommend this one for most scenarios if you're going to be recording inside, outside. Now for low cut, they said that they recommend this for inside. It's going to help reduce like the fan noise that we hear now. So clicking over to low cut, you can now hear how this sounds. Does it sound any different? I'm going to click back over to hi-fi so that you guys can hear the difference. Now I'm going to click back over to low cut to see if you guys notice a difference. And now I'm going to click over to the very last setting, which is vocal boost, which they really don't recommend for in here. They said they recommend if you're going to be in a noisy environment, like at a sporting event, a football game, or just outside, then this is going to isolate your voice. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on now. It's activated. Do you hear a difference at all? We're going to click back to low cut to see if you notice a difference there. Yeah. What do you guys think? Is there much of a difference at all when it comes to using that? So last, I wanted to give you guys a realistic test of exactly how I would set up and use these microphones on a realistic shoot. A lot of times I'm filming corporate interviews or even documentaries, and so being able to have these wireless microphones actually comes in handy quite a bit. So typically whenever I do a shoot of an interview, whether it's one person or many, I like to set up a boom mic, and then I also like to run lavalier mics. This gives me redundancy in case one of the mics messes up, or it just gives the audio engineer more room to work with and mesh the audio together. So typically I always run two. I do a boom mic and then I also do the lavalier mic. So today that's exactly what I'm able to do, because you do get those two mics when you use the Hollyland system. Now as far as noise goes, I have no noise cancellation turned on these microphones, and very close to me right over here I have an air purifier turned on the medium setting. So if I get quiet for a second, you may be able to hear it. Okay, so now I'm going to piece everything together. I'm going to go in and check out the different tests that I've done so I can hear the audio quality and hear how the results came out. And then I'm going to give you guys my final results on what I think about these microphones. Now when it comes to this system, I do like it. I do have some things I do want to say specifically about these microphones when using them. First, I really do like the noise cancellation. It works really well. Matter of fact, I like it enough to use it all the time. Right now I'm outside and I just decided to go ahead and turn it on. The reason why I like the noise cancellation feature is because it's not too aggressive. A lot of times whenever these microphone companies are talking about these different features that they build into microphones, I typically don't like them because I like to add these things in post. But when it comes to content creating like very quickly, like what I'm doing now, like I'm gonna post this video tomorrow, I do like those features because it literally does help me save time where I don't have to put some type of heavy noise reduction effect on my audio in post and extend the export times. Now when it comes to the EQ settings, guys, I didn't notice a difference at all, honestly. So I just left it on hi-fi. That's what I'm using currently. And like I said, I didn't notice a difference at all. But I do want to say when it comes to really any of these effects, you are burning them directly into the audio. That is very important to know and to understand. So when you have that noise reduction turned on, like it's not just going to the receiver. If you're recording internally, like I am now, it is actually being recorded into that audio as well. I don't like that. I would like the option to have it be recorded separately. So it would be awesome to be able to record internally, just clean audio, no effects, no noise reduction, so that if I want to pull that audio off later, I can, but then transmit it to the receiver, the noise reduction is applied. That would be awesome, so that I can have that within the camera's audio, but then have this audio separate and raw for me to do everything I need to do to it in post. Now, I didn't talk about a lot of the other things that people have really talked about who reviewed this system, but that's just because honestly, when it comes to the hours and hours of battery life that you get from the charging case and things like that, that really doesn't mean anything to me, because most of the time I'm gonna charge this thing as soon as I get home to make sure that it's ready for the next shoot. I mean, it's not really that important to me that this stays charged for over 3 days. That's not that important to me. They're microphones, they don't really take that much power. As long as I can have good record times, which these do have quite a bit of storage built into the microphones themselves, so that is useful. Now these mics come in at $299, so these are not cheap microphones. They aren't very expensive either, honestly, but for a lavalier kit, I think that this is a really good price. But if you guys are interested in what I consider to be better video that I'm going to be coming out with soon, I would definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a comparison between this and the Rode Wireless Pros. I just bought those microphones, I've reviewed them already, and I have heard you guys ask in the comment section, what do I think about these whenever I reviewed the Wireless Pros. So that's going to be an interesting comparison, especially when it comes to audio quality. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you get subscribed, and until next time, check out this video right over here.